So today I have another favourites video. I know, like 2 months in a row, this never happens. I honestly genuinely thought that I wouldn't do another favourites for like another 3 months or something, but apparently this month I have been loving quite a few new things again. Anyway, without further ado, here is what I've been loving throughout the month of May. So I've got a good mixture again this month, and I only have one beauty product because you guys know me by now, I do not experiment in that department. But what I have been loving is this. This is the Simple Kind to Skin Plus Protecting Moisture Cream with an SPF of 30. Now, this actually isn't a new discovery or anything. I actually used this last summer instead of my normal simple moisturiser, which I actually used in my last video. I've only actually used this a few times this month. We had like 3 days, maybe 4 days even, were we that lucky, of really warm weather, and obviously when it is that hot I like to use a higher SPF when it is warmer. So I think my normal moisturiser does have SPF in it, but I think it's only like 15 or something. So I like to use this one. It's SPF 30 and it smells like sun cream. It actually does smell like sun cream, so it always makes me think of summer. I've been liking that because that gives that extra protection from the sun, and it's also just a really good moisturiser, which is always good because I don't like putting sun cream on my face because obviously I put on makeup and that would just like ruin it. So I always like to make sure that my moisturiser has SPF in as well as my foundation. So that was the one and only beauty product. I do have a fashion favourite this month. This isn't really that new. I bought it a few months ago. I actually bought it in like winter, and so I didn't wear it for ages. I think I wore it for the first time like last month. I just love it so much. It is this blue leather jacket. It's from Forever 21 and I just love the colour of it. I don't typically wear leather jackets. Like, I've got a black leather jacket that I don't really like that much anymore. I still wear it sometimes. In fact, I think I don't like it because it doesn't really fit me. It's a bit big for me now. But this fits perfectly, and look at the colour. It is like pastel blue, which is one of my favourite colours. You guys know I love my pastel colours, and it is literally just... I don't know if you can still get it. If you can, I will link it down below. Next, I have a book favourite. I haven't had for a while because I actually went through a period of time for like a couple months where I wasn't reading anything. There's always so many books that I want to read, and I really want to kind of get into the habit of reading again, but the only time that I really read these days is when I'm on the train. That's what I've been doing, reading on the train again, and I have been reading this. This is called The Time in Between by Nancy Tucker, a memoir of hunger and hope. And I'm about halfway through almost, and honestly this book is pretty draining. It's basically a girl's memoir about her experience with an eating disorder, which obviously I can relate to, having been through that experience myself, which is what drew me to this book. I actually found it in the shop that I volunteer at, so it was only like 50p, so I was like, yes, bargain books. I think it's a really good book if you want to understand eating disorders. If you know someone who has one, this is a great book for you to read so that you can understand the mind of someone with the disorder, because it's a very complicated thing and a lot of people still think that it is primarily to do with not wanting to eat, which, you know, is not the case at all. And so I really recommend it. Moving on from less serious things, I have a TV show favourite which, like, honestly, is really surprising. I've mentioned before, I'm not a huge film or TV watcher. TV programmes, I tend to only really stick with the ones that I have been watching, So like usually I'm just all about Pretty Little Liars and American Horror Story. I'm more prone to watching anime and YouTube rather than TV shows and films. But I've actually only been watching it for like a week, but I just had to include it because it's taken over my life. RuPaul's Drag Race. I fucking love it. Oh my god, it is so funny. I'm not usually one to watch reality shows. I mean, I used to watch X Factor and Britain's Got Talent when I was younger, but I've kind of grown out of it and I don't really watch it anymore. And I've never really watched any of the American reality shows either. But this fucking show is just great. Like, honestly, even if you typically aren't into those things, watch it. It is hilarious. I will prove to you how good it is. I can't binge watch things. I cannot binge watch TV shows for the life of me. I don't know if I just have like quite a short attention span when it comes to those sorts of things. I haven't been binge watching it, but I have been watching maybe 2 or 3 episodes a day, which is really good for me. I'm really proud of myself for that. But honestly, it's amazing. I've got a couple music favourites now. The first is a new discovery, One OK Rock. Where have they been all my life? Oh my god, they are a Japanese rock band. I don't know how I've never listened to them before because my favourite type of music is pop punk and rock and alternative. Yes, you may not think that with the way I dress and where my other interests lie, but honestly, that is my favourite type of music. And obviously I'm like really obsessed with Japan. So it's like, how did you not discover these before? But I had seen that they were supporting 5 Seconds of Summer on, I think, the American leg of their tour. And I love FAUX. So I was like, okay, I'm going to listen to them. And words cannot describe how I'm feeling. My favourite song by them probably either have to be Mighty Long Fall. Is that what it's called? Mighty Long Fall? I should have googled it. I'm gonna look it up because I honestly cannot remember. I'm so bad. I should do my research before I film my videos. God's sake. Mighty Long Fall, Memories, and The Way Back. And then, like, this is perfect because I didn't realise this, but I think is he the lead singer? I think he's the lead singer in it. Taka featured in an Against the Current song, who I love, and they are my second music favourite. I actually spoke about them in my last favourites video. My favourite again this month. Their album is finally released. Last month I was talking about the few songs that they had released prior to the release of the album. The album has only been out a few days. I am in love. There is not a bad song on it. Now usually with an album there'll be like 1 or 2 songs where I'm like, they're good, but honestly, it is amazing. It's called In Our Bones. Listen to it, enjoy it. Honestly, if you're looking for a new pop punk band, Against the Current, I cannot recommend them enough. Oh my god, my favourite songs on the album. See, the album is so good that I don't know. That's when you know it's a good album, when you can't choose your favourite song. I think my favourite songs are Face and Ghosts, In Our Bones, and Young and Relentless. I think. Listen to them. I also really like Forget Me Now, but I just love all of them. And my last favourite is another music favourite, but it is a gig that I went to, and I have a ticket here because I wanted to have something to hold up. Busted. I lived my childhood dream. On the 14th of May, I went to see Busted, and honestly, one of the best gigs I have ever been to. It doesn't quite beat Twin Atlantic, who is at my #1 favourite gig that I've ever been to, but it's honestly, it was so good. I cried on 3 different occasions. My 8-year-old self is dying inside. And they played their new single, Coming Home. They played a couple other new tracks, and I'm so excited for like a new album and stuff. Like, I'm actually so happy that they're properly back and that this wasn't just like a reunion tour as such, that they're actually having new material. The support acts were amazing as well. Emma Blackery, I've watched her on YouTube for like a couple years now, I think. She was amazing. And Wheatus, Teenage Dirtbag, hearing that live, everyone singing, it was like such a moment. I cannot believe it. I feel so lucky to have heard Teenage Dirtbag live. So that is everything that I have been loving in May. If I have another favourites video for you next month, if I have a June favourites, I deserve all the awards because that is a rare occurrence. I honestly don't think I will have another favourites video next month. But you never know, you never know. I didn't think I would have one this month, and I do, so I may just surprise both you and myself. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye! Bye! I never know how to say bye. I feel as if I say it so weird. Bye!